Guys, we are live. Welcome to our live trading session. It's Friday. Everyone's feeling relaxed. The markets are a little bit green. I'm feeling quite good about things out here. I see XDC, don't even know what this is. It's 9.8% up. We've got HEX pumping 9%. RUNE is doing well today. EGLD is looking good. Bitcoin Cash, BCH 3.8%. Injective just won't stop as well. So things are looking pretty decent out there. We've got the whole crew with us today. We've got Bruce here bringing some action. He's still in a TOMO trade. Welcome, Bruce. Let's give you a round of applause.
Hey.
we got DJ Dave. He's in a revenge trade at the moment on CAS. I think he's still long GALA. Welcome, Dave. We've got Chris over here. Oh, we're filling the screen up. Quickly. There's Chris, and we've got Simon, the indicator wizard. Everybody is here, guys. So quite a lot to cover. Yeah, welcome, guys. So we were discussing just before. We're all in a couple of positions. I'm in a scalp leaner long at the moment. I'm busy building a SOL position at the moment as well.
Yep.
So yeah, just trying to stay a little bit bullish while BTC is sitting at these current levels. We're going to dig into BTC now. I see we've got the folks from Oz are here. We've got Robertson here. I see some locals again. Banter Girl is here. Rodolfo is here. The Nakamoto man. What's happening? Cool, guys. So let's take a look at BTC quickly. I'll just give you my view on what I think we are doing and what I think the next move is. Right now we are looking at BTC once again on the 4 hour in this tight range that we've been dealing with since the 18th of August. We caught that long over there. Yesterday we were saying let's look at BTC at this resistance area, the 618. You could see why we highlighted this as a key area for a rejection, and lo and behold, it rejected at this area, and we saw we had alts in a similar area also pressing into resistance, and now they're just drifting back slightly. So what do I want to do with BTC? I'd like to see BTC settle down here and hold this 26k mark. For me, I don't really want to lose this area. I'd love to see BTC drop down here with some of these alts just dropping slightly into this area, and then get a nice move off support on some of these altcoins, maybe through or into the weekend. Bigger picture, BTC. This is the 2-day chart. I'm still viewing it this way. We've got this massive downtrend, and we got this huge area up here that we need to deal with. This is this 27.5 sort of level. We've got a 50-day MA. We got the 200-week MA. We got the 200-day MA. We got a 382 fib. It's basically another iron wall. But I mean, you guys know what happened the last time I called an iron wall on BTC. It just ripped straight through it. So I wonder now, guys, if we have this reversal and we start pumping into this area, I'm wondering if it's just going to blow straight through with a giant short squeeze. Dave, what are you thinking here?
On the short term, I am seeing a push up to at least 27. If we lose 26,000, then my bias is going to change back to bearish. But right now, the momentum's here. Looking for long setups.
Okay, so 27k is our level to watch, right? I mean, you gave us these areas yesterday, this 27,100, and you gave us the 27,700 there yesterday.
Yeah.
Are those still areas of interest for you?
Yeah, so if we can get past 27,100-ish, then we have a daily level at the 27,700 region. It'd be nice to see Bitcoin take out those highs.
Okay, nice, guys. Right, guys. So, Nick says the music is too loud. Let's turn it down for you. We still got a couple of teething problems here. We're trying to get it right for you guys. Okay, there we go. How's that? Nick's. Hopefully that sorts it out for you. Banter Girl says David sounds husky today.
Right on.
Brilliant.
Okay. So guys, let's jump straight into some of these alts. I've got a few that I'm looking at that are interesting to me, and the other guys also. There's some setups coming right now, so stick with us. I'm going to run through a couple of these alts that I'm looking at the moment. One of them is this token called Wild. We've seen a little bit of action. Uncle Jay, where's he? He's not here today, but he's been trading this thing. We've seen his P&L. He's been throwing them around in these trading groups, and this Wild coin is starting to look very interesting to me. So this is the Wild 8 hour. As you can see here, we are pushing into trend and 382 currently, and I'm looking for it just to stick its head through here and try and find some support in this zone, and then give us a nice little push up here. So Wild is on my watch list here. I'm pretty interested. This thing could actually get some legs this weekend. So keep your eyes on that. This is the 8 hour. Another one, guys, that's interesting to me at the moment is Render. So Render's we got this beautiful move on Render. This was a 618 down here. We had the trend, we had the horizontal, beautiful pump, and then a nice rejection into this rejection or resistance area that we love so much. Then we had the nice pullback, and we had another 618 bounce here for Render, and now we're looking to reclaim this area. So I want to see this range get reclaimed, and I've been tracking a little flag here, just keeping my eyes on this, because I want to see Render just pop up here, find some support in this region, and then I want to ride it up to this 1.7. So I've got a little flag here for you guys that I've prepared on the 1 hour. I know Bruce likes a little flag on the 1 hour, even the 15 minutes. So this is a strategy you guys can use when you're looking for your entries. So if you're looking for something, maybe we've got a token moving into another range, you can zoom in on the time frame. You can see the 1 hour here or the 15 minutes, and you can see it's breaking potentially a little flag, and that might be your signal for you to get into the position, because you want it to now push on to the next area. And then with regards to stops, well, that depends on your risk management. It depends on if you're trading leverage, if you're trading stop. But, I can suggest a few areas for you. This is a 1.54 as a stop, 1.547 as a stop region. There's a 50-day MA and this trend line. That could be a nice exit zone as well. And then we've got these bigger areas down here, 1.51, and the big dog down here, I'd say 1.45. So it just depends on your trading strategy and how you guys how you trade. But those are some stop options you can look at. So ultimately, if the market stays bullish, and for me, if BTC holds that 26 level we've just shown you, I'm looking for this move up on Render about 11%, give or take. We've got questions on here. So guys, we're going to run through some of these alts quickly. I want you guys to hear Simon's got also a nice little setup, and then we're going to take a lot of charts from you guys and go through whatever we can. So we are watching the chat, so just drop in what you want, and if there's something that is just blowing up that we have to see urgently, let us know. We all in this together. So guys, keep us posted on what's happening out there. XRP had a little move as well, guys. Look at this one. I thought this would be interesting for you. We had a little trend break. We had a little reclaim of this old resistance area. Now you can see this was old support, and we were banging up into it. We've now popped 200-day MA, guys. Our big buddy there, the 200-day MA, another rejection off that for an altcoin. And now we're looking for support here on XRP. So if you're an XRP fan, I quite like this 382 zone with horizontals here at 0.488. Seems to be quite a nice area. And then a little bit lower down, we've got the 618, 0.479, give or take, is a 618 and trend support. So if we do pull back and BTC holds its 26, I'd like to see XRP bounce down there as a worst case scenario. Otherwise, I'm just looking for it to hold that region. Lena, I'm in a short-term long on Lena. This was off the 382. So as you can see, I think we targeted this one yesterday, guys. We were looking for this pullback to support, and you know how much I love this, where we get this horizontal situation, we get the 382, and we had the pop, and we had the return here onto this 382. So I've taken a long off this 382 on Lena. My target number one is this trend. You can see I like this area over here. And then if we do break this trend, I'm expecting rejection there, a pullback, and then perhaps the next move. So I'm just playing it level by level currently. Optimism, guys, you know, Dave, are you still short optimism? I exited mine.
Yeah, no, I got stopped out.
Okay, so I started cutting my optimism. It was just looking too strong. I couldn't sit in this thing any longer. So yeah, guys, remember the story with optimism. We had this big head and shoulder situation. We rode it all the way down to our 1.9, and then this was a big resistance zone for me and Dave that we were looking at for shorts, and we teed up some shorts in this area, but it's just proving too strong at the moment. It's actually looking very bullish with this little trend break now. So for me, as long as it's holding this 1.33, I'd say for me, I'm leaning towards a bullish move here on optimism now. So the bear vibes have gone. They are out.
Yes, that momentum on BTC is playing a role in that. But as we talked about last time, the next area I'm looking at for a potential short is 148 to 150-ish area. So
and that's guys, that 140 to 150-ish there, Davey. 50-day MA and trend. Okay, so we'll keep our eyes on that one. Injective, Chris is riding Injective. I'll let you tell the Injective story just now, Chris. You can take everybody through that. Another one to note, MATIC, just out of interest for you guys, it's not looking very strong at the moment. It has just pumped straight into the bear zone, and it has sort of turned over again. So nothing very exciting happening there on MATIC. Atom, we had a few questions on Atom. You guys would have got your alarms yesterday. Atom has now broken through very nicely. Look at this. It broke through this resistance zone. It broke through trend. It didn't really stop for a bit of a retest, and now it's rejected now with this little deviation up here. So right now, Atom, if you weren't short from this area at the top here, you need to wait for your pullbacks. I think it could still be a bullish token, even if it sits down here at this region. So for me, 6.6, 6.63, that sort of region, if we get a test of that area, we might get another move there on Atom. I just feel it moved a little bit too quickly for me, and I think it just needs time to calm down. Okay, so guys, I've got tons more else, but I don't want to take up too much time here. I know Simon has got 2 setups for us that he urgently needs to show us. Where you?
Ooh, yeah, they're all urgent. Yeah. They're all urgent. Yeah.
They are urgent, guys. Breaking news. Okay, I'm going to add your screen here, Simon.
Sure thing. By the way, guys, I am here. I'm just hidden by the comments. I am here at the bottom of the screen, but Dylan's hidden me. Which is fine. Wait. I don't mind.
Okay, wait. Well, while you're talking there, I'm going to add you. I'm going to add you back up. There you are. Oh, you still hidden?
Okay, there we go. It's okay. The people that appear in a better are lookier than me anyway. It's fine. It's all good, man. Okay, so guys, yeah, you're definitely. Okay, cool. So yeah, I absolutely echo that sentiment. Things feel slightly better today than they have done this week. At the start of the week, I was shorting everything, and now basically I've got Nakamoto gains here. Now this is pretty tough to actually run a futures contract on. So what I'm basically doing is I'm operating a spot bag. This is one of my long-term holds anyway. So what I've basically done is I've brought in a couple of trend lines and just zoomed out to the 4 hour just to give you guys an idea of where we are, where we come from. And if I just take us in a little bit. So on LuxAlgo, we have got on the 1 hour, we've got a lovely short, which is played out perfectly. The price action sort of entered up into this reversal zone and it's played out nicely. We've got a good move. We've already had one take profit. Now, what I really like about this trade is this is the trend line that I drawn in from the 4 hour, right? It looks to me like we're going to get this price action coming to test this trend line somewhere pretty damn close to where the reversal cloud's going to be here. So I'm actually seeing a really good lot of confluence because as well as that, we've got the RSI, which is absolutely down at 10, which is fantastic. This is LuxAlgo, guys. I can see a few comments while I'm doing this. This is LuxAlgo. This is the premium package. They have got a lot of free ones as well. But yeah, looking at this price action, I mean, Dylan, I think we're going to see a retest of this line, and it's going to coincide with the LuxAlgo testing of this reversal cloud, and it's going to line up with this RSI flattening out and getting ready to make its next bullish move. So I suppose
I'm liking.
Look at this.
I'm sure Rodolfo's liking this one too. Rodolfo, let us know.
Look at this. Yeah. Good old Rodolfo. But look at this, man. This is what I see.
Classic trend retest.
Yeah. I mean, I'm bullish today. Not entirely bullish, but because it's still a downward sort of trend. This market's been horrendous for the last 12 months. But this is, to me, based on these trend line touches, this retest, this is as good as I think we're going to get this weekend for some sort of bounce and lift off.
So just
I'm
give
quite
us your
excited for Nakamoto.
your entry Give us your entry region that people can start looking for long.
Yeah.
Just zoom in a little bit there for us, please.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look, mate. Let's have a look. Hold on. I would normally take it in slightly further than the 1 hour, but I think we'll work on the 1 hour. I think realistically, you've got this level of resistance here. Resistance, which of course is now turning to support. This is coming in at about 454, give or take, so 0.454. If it comes down to the trend line, then you're talking 448, but obviously I would want to get into the trade at somewhere around the 453, 454, and then my stop loss would be somewhere below this trend line. For me, invalidation of the trade is if we break down through the trend line and price action makes its way back into this, you know, I think it was like a descending wedge, but if it makes
for those of you watching, this chart is going to be on the Banter Discord. If it's not already, the setup will be there. So guys, if you are not on the Banter Discord, you need to get on Banter Discord. The VIP members get access to all these charts, Simon's charts, Bruce's charts, my charts, David's charts. It's all happening in there. You got to get in that Banter Discord. You also get at you can take advantage of the alarms we set. We set these alarms every day in these high impact zones, these big reaction areas, and we're pinging you every day. So get on the Banter Discord. If you missed anything on this chart now, you can access it there and see exactly Simon's thoughts. You're writing notes on there as well, Simon. You got comments in there.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm just looking back, Dylan. I've already posted 2 charts on this Nakamoto Games. The first one was yesterday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we were up here. So I've given you guys what I saw happening, which is what's happened, and what possible entry points. And on the most recent upload on here, I wrote that Nakamoto was showing signs of weakness to retest this trend line. And sure enough, this is where we are. That was this morning at 6 a.m. So we're now a few hours further on, and you've had 2 charts, and now you're getting it live, guys. So this is I'm taking this trade on my spot bags. I've been writing about it since yesterday. So you've had a nice long history of what this is going to do, and this is where we are.
Nice one. What else you got there for us?
Right. So Bitcoin Cash. I think everyone knows by now. This is one of my favorites to short. What I like about Bitcoin Cash is every time we kind of hit the reversal cloud at the top, we kind of make our way back down again. Not every time, but certainly the last few times, it's happened perfectly. And we're here again. So my entry, I'm already in. My entry was at 218. Yep, I entered here just on this wick a few hours back, and I'm anticipating, let me get my tool up.
What is your entry?
I suppose then?
What is your actual entry?
So I got in at 218. So I came in about here. Let me zoom in a bit for you. I got in, hang on a second, let's wait for it to catch up. Here we go. I got in about here, just on this wick at 218. And let me just remove that because it looks messy now. What I anticipate happening is price is going to, hopefully, if it's going to repeat what it's done the last few times on the 4-hour chart, we will make our way back down to, hold on, let me give you my prediction, somewhere around the 190 mark, which lines up with this level of support. So we hit the support quite a few times here. We've hit the support quite a few times here, and I'd anticipate that we'd make our way down there again, which is, even if you were to go in here, it's still an 8 to 9% move on a 1x, you know, on a 5x, it's 40 to 45% move. So it's a reasonable trade if it comes out.
Okay, I'm frantically pulling out my TA on BCH on the 12-hour. So I want to show you my chart as well quickly, just so you can see how this all ties in so nicely with normal TA as well, guys.
Just one other thing, Dylan. On the 4-hour chart, look at this, man. Look at this RSI. Look at that. It's already facing down. It's given us a sell or a short signal. We topped out at 88, which is pretty high. You know, if you look back over here, the last time we topped out at 88, it made this sort of move before we got the following signal. So
and
if it does that again, I'll be really happy.
Is this a regular RSI with a little bit of spike from 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏?
Yeah, so this is the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, the standard settings on their, excuse me a second, I'll bring the name up for you. It's called the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏oscillator matrix. And actually, this is the one indicator where I don't change any settings. I find that it's really accurate as it is. So it's just standard, no setting changes. The Lux Algo is part of the premium package, but in my opinion, it's paid for itself 15 or 20 times over in the last month.
Nice one. We should have the links in the description here. If not, guys, we will get them for you. There's somebody asking why we have no Zoom. So guys, we've moved out of Zoom for now. We're going direct to Crypto Banter Plus. So just make sure you like and subscribe, and then you will get the notifications, obviously, when we go on and we are live trading, which is generally every day, 4:15 SAST. Brett says render's looking really solid. Okay, nice one, Simon. Let me show you my BCH just out of interest for everybody.
Sure. Definitely.
So this was a BCH chart that I frantically put together here, and just exactly, I just love it when this Lux Algo stuff actually ties in with the normal stuff that we do, the rejection areas. You can see this area here where it had this massive rejection. So the bulls obviously want to see BCH hold this sort of 382 and trend area, maybe the 618. But I think we could quite easily visit that 786 level that you're talking about, Simon. Look at this thing down here at the support that you're talking about. At 190.
Yeah, look at that.
Amazing,
fantastic. Yeah. Okay. It's wizardry and science and magic.
No, I love the way it all ties in together.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man.
Okay, we've got lots of questions, but I think we need to unleash David and Bruce here. They've got some good stuff happening. Who's ready?
Sure, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Bruce is ready. It's morning for Bruce, so he's jumped out of bed and he's already locked in these trades and he's ready to go. He's just woken up.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to share your screen here, Bruce.
Okay. So let's do a quick review of a couple things we're in, and then I got two things to look at. Last night, after I got home from my gig, I took a look at the charts and noticed that, let's zoom in a little bit, that TOMO, our old favorite, had basically printed a head and shoulders. Head, shoulder, shoulders, right coming there. So just took an entry right there. I literally threw it up on Discord at like 11 o'clock my time last night, and that was right there. So I really hope some of you guys got that, because it was a really pretty entry with a really tight stop. Now we're just gonna wait. Guys,
Banter Discord. Bruce is firing up these trades on Banter Discord. You got to get on there. Okay.
Yeah. The thing I'm excited about is it's had trouble breaking through this level. It failed earlier in the day on the earlier time we took that trade, but this time it is clearly broken through, and so now it'll probably come back and retest. But we're pretty clear sailing, and I'm eyeballing the top of this range for a take profit. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get something in the 4.5% range return on our investment. So I'm pretty excited about that. GALA, I think Dave, you did this one yesterday, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
I did that one. So I got into that one. Still running. It's kind of weakening. I'm a little concerned. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, about the fact that this is getting weaker right there. I'm still holding out, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on it when you get your chance. The other one that I'm looking at is Bluzelle. Called this one yesterday. Come back. Oh, don't do that. Come back. Really straightforward trade, on trend. It was the 618 and the trend line bounce, and it's just been continuing up. And this one I plan on holding till just before the peak there, unless it shows signs of pushing further. But I'd be perfectly happy with this 7.6% return on that one. So that's what we did. What I'm looking at right now is PYR. It's a slightly higher time frame. Like TOMO, it kind of looks like it's about to print a head and shoulders. It's bounced out this area, pretty solid. That's the head. Got a shoulder over there. And what I would love is a nice, solid shoulder right over there at the 618 area. right? And before it then bounces off. We're looking at a pretty healthy run if it does behave itself up towards the top of that range, which would be lovely. There's very little to stand in the way. There's next to no resistance, which is why I like that. And we're looking about a 30% pump if it does it. So I'm paying a lot of care into this setup. My only concern that I'm watching carefully right now is the stop is a little too rich for my taste. And if anybody sees anything better, I would love some input from you guys. But what I'm looking at right now is the options for stop loss on this are, hang on a sec. So if we take a trade here, right, the last real solid low was all the way down there. And that's like 4%. That's not going to fly for me. And then I'm looking at this area right here as an area where there was rejection. And that's better, right? It's a little higher than I like, so I'd have to reduce my risk a little bit. But Dylan, do you have any thoughts on this one, on a better stop?
Look, I think the safest play is to maybe just wait for that break then, because the stop looks pretty deep here currently.
Yeah.
So, yeah, possibly more downside here. We wait for that break.
Yeah, and I'm hoping more downside anyway. I mean, I would really like this thing to really come deep into this area, at which point I'd feel a lot more comfortable, and then enter on the break. That to me would be an ideal setup.
Probably the safest, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, and so what are you in right now? So what are your current
I'm in
trades?
TOMO, GALA, and 𝗀𝗡.
Okay, nice.
All setups. I took Dave's setup yesterday from 𝗀𝗡. Was spot on for my setups. It just matched. And then TOMO and GALA. I'm in GALA for what Dave set up, and then 𝗀𝗡 and TOMO I posted on Discord yesterday.
Okay, nice.
And the only other one I'm watching right now is really what. Oh, come to Papa. I'm watching Solana. I was waiting for Solana to make a nice.
It's coming down.
Come to Papa.
Yeah, come to Papa.
I love it. I love it.
I mean, seriously. I mean, this is thank you, Solana gods. 382 right there. Intersection of that trend. To me, that would be a great place to add on. Right over there. So, then the other entrance I'm looking for is a break of this. Really, it's you can see that this is a really strong support area, became strong resistance area. You can tell it's solid because of how cleanly it broke through right there. That's kind of a hint that that's really a solid support resistance area. So the other entrance I would look at to add on, if I don't get this one, then it'd be a breakup over here, a retest, and that'd be the safest bet right over there. So
yeah. So look, from my side, I'm loving Sol at the moment, and it's subject to BTC obviously behaving. I'm still got my eye very closely on this 26K to 26,200 where we are with BTC. It's actually just dipping now, BTC, into a 382 region, which is this 26.1 sort of region. So we're going to keep our eyes on BTC, guys. If BTC starts losing levels, then we need to maybe change our approach. But
I was hoping that Bitcoin would reject off of this this range area, but it seems to be coming back into it. So you're right. I think we should be careful there.
Okay, nice one, Dave. Show us what's happening.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to share your screen. Oh, yeah, we got your screen. Is that yours? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me max it out.
No, that's mine still.
Okay, hold on. There we go. There we go.
There we go.
Okay. Awesome, guys. So I love how the timing of these sessions and the areas that we hit, it's like perfect. So I have the 15-minute on the Keltner channel. Again, I use this a lot, but you guys can see we are at the bottom. So I've made a post on Discord. I'm looking for this range here as far as longs go on BTC. We're a little bit below 26.3. I mean, like I said, I think if we start to lose 26, that's where we need to maybe reconsider the direction on some of these altcoins. But right now, it's looking like, what Bruce said, 𝗙𝗿𝗄𝗍. These things are coming into our areas. So, love it, right? So, just an update, guys. So yeah, GALA still in the trade.
Yeah.
We are at the 382.
Yeah.
Oops, I actually had it open here. Sorry. Yeah, so we are at the 382, and nothing's changed. Again, sometimes these tokens that you see, some of them will take off, and there'll be like a rotation. And so if you guys want to be super tight with your stop loss, I mean, like I said, right in this region here, if we start to go below maybe 0.01412 or a little bit lower, you guys can get out of the trade. If you're not in this trade, I think this is still a great entry.
Yeah.
We literally have like a 1% if you want to really super save 2%. But again, Bitcoin is down 1%. GALA is down 0.77. It was down 0.5 a second ago. So I really feel like it's bottomed out here, and I could be wrong, right? But nothing has been invalidated here. And with Bitcoin being at the bottom of the Keltner channel, and with the targets of 27,000, GALA is going to be an automatic token that goes up. So a trade that I just took is DYDX. It actually just hit an entry level. So if you guys want to hop in on this with me, I think it's looking good.
Ooh.
Reason being, again, this is an order block on the 8 hour, this little green box that you guys see. We have the break a trend, and this fib is literally from the bottom wick here to the top 382, or yeah, the 236 and the 382s right here. I am seeing upside on DYDX, and we have a 4 hour order block at this region here, 2.10-ish. So that would be a potentially 8% move.
Yeah, so I like this, Dave, and we've been watching this DYDX for a couple of days now. And again, it ties in so beautifully with a BTC reversal. Anything down to 26, BTC reversal, you're going to see these alts now are sitting in buy areas. The fetch alarm just went off in the Discord because it's hit an area that's tying in with BTC. We got the DYDX sitting on a nice support area. So guys, I mean, these are the moments where we get our best entries, where we feel the most uncomfortable. So yeah, take a look and look at those supports.
And as far as the stop loss goes, you can do two things here. You can ladder in, add some more in this green box if BTC holds itself. If you guys are new to trading, I would recommend 5x to 7x leverage, so you're not staring at negative P&L for a bit there. But you can see this little wick here. Let me draw this out. Where the heck's the brush? There it is, right here. So I would say you could probably have your stop loss below that, but it was a pretty quick buyback there. So, and then the other one I have my eyes on, I talked about this last week. I took a long, I closed it a little early on Maker. You can see how it reacted on the 618, and then you can also see how it's reacting on this 618 here. So if we zoom out, this was a drawing that I did whenever we did talk about it last week, but this is a 618 as well, coming from the top of the 1st of August, pulling it all the way down here at this bottom before this push up. And you can see how it literally reacted right now on the 618. So my alert went off. I'm not in this trade because I'm seeing more upside on Bitcoin. But if we hit our target of 27,000, I'm seeing the move up into this area, this order block. Whether it's this order block or this one here, I think this would be a great short setup. You can see how it topped out over here. These are drawings that I made last week as well, where it topped right here on the 4 hour. around 1280. Topped out right here at 1227. Same thing here. But again, I'm seeing some upside on Bitcoin, so maybe another move up. And you can see I have an alert set at 1261. So if you guys want to set that alert, which ties in on a 4-hour order block, and maybe we can set another alert here together at the top of the order block.
Dave, Blue's got a question. 𝗙𝗂𝗿 𝗍𝗂𝗍 says, talk about your fib numbers. So just I think they're getting confused because you got a 0.66 there as well. So just clarify for the guys, what are you doing there?
So guys, I add the 6.6 there because it's more like a region for me. There's a lot of times where it'll go past the 618. Let me change this. To white. Okay. So yeah, I will usually see reactions on the 618 go a little bit past it, or literally to the T on the 6.6. Sometimes a little bit higher, but for me, this is more of like a region area that I pay attention to. So when it comes to hitting the 618, you'll see it'll never really be to the T. Sometimes it'll go past it and come back, hang out for a little bit and come back. So for me, it's just more of a personal thing that I have my settings like that. And then I also have these settings here that Dylan helped me out with, where we can, the 382 and the 236 and the 786 if I want to see those. But for me, I like the 618s. That's my favorite.
Guys, we're doing a 24-hour marathon. Chris will tell you guys about it. He's arranged it. It's a 24-hour marathon for the crypto school. And I think we can cover things like that. We can cover things like basic trading view settings and things like that in one of the sessions. So yeah, I'll let Chris fill you guys in on the dates and when that's all happening. But yeah, there's going to be a 24-hour stream of just crypto stuff, trading related things, setting, mindset stuff, setups. Yeah, Chris will tell you all about that.
Awesome.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, so next week, Thursday on the 21st of September, 24-hour live session. We've got guys covering like Algo. We've got guys covering NFTs, trading, Discord issues. We've got some surprise guests. I know Bruce is coming in with a surprise guest that's got some serious alpha for us. All of the links and everything will be sent through to everyone via email. So you should be getting that probably in the next day or two. But tee it off on your calendars for next week, Thursday on the 21st.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. And
Nice.
yeah, I think you've taken a session, Bruce's sessions there, where we kind of like get to choose and dig into our own specific ideas around TA and different strategies and approaches. So if you guys are serious about trading, don't miss it.
Nice one.
Do you want me to go through those charts at this,
Chris,
now?
please give us a trade. Do you have any setups that you're watching right now?
Right now,
sharing your screen.
I don't want to confuse everyone too much, but I'm feeling a bit bearish, so I've closed my longs. The charts that I sent you, the ones I posted yesterday, was on the INJ trade that I took. I went along on INJ, Sand, and GALA. So here was the INJ trade. We broke and held on the 50 of the fib that I drew from there to there. So I started my trade. When we broke to the upside here, I added, and then I added again, and I TP'd. I like range trading. You guys know I like range trading. So I've got my daily range set up, and I TP'd. I TP'd this INJ trade because it just failed to break the 50 on a second attempt. I thought honestly I'd TP'd early because the way that this candle was forming, it looked like it was going to break up, but it looks like we're coming back at least to trend. And so I'll look at this again on Sunday. I've been rinsed too much lately on weekends, so I'm not trading any weekends. But
yeah, weekends can get a little bit spicy, can't they? Especially when you're on the wrong side.
I've decided I'm a Monday to Friday trader. I close everything on a Friday. Then on
I generally try and get in
a bit
position early, and then if you grab your weekend position before the weekend, I think sometimes you can be okay. But if you start playing
like
around,
you're far away from entry. I can hold something, and then I generally regret it if I'll hold like GALA last weekend. I held it into the Saturday, and it came straight back into my entry, stopped me out. So should have taken
around.
So I'm trying to do, full around.
We love those.
So I think that's what's going to happen here on Sand as well. So I took the entry that I showed you guys yesterday. I took a long on that high. We got a high, we got a higher low, and I took a long, and then we broke the trend forming up this resistance, and I added to it, and there wasn't really any other opportunity. So I've also TP'd on the Sand long that I took when we failed to break above, back up towards the upside here and create a higher high. So I TP'd on the lower high here. And on GALA, I stopped out. I had entered over here yesterday. We broke the resistance, so I was feeling quite bullish on it. But we've just on my side, we got a high, then we got a lower high, then we got a lower high, and we're creating a lower low. So it's a Friday afternoon. I'll wait for Sunday and look for an entry there. And the only trade I'm in at the moment was a sneaky short, and I'll see what happens with it. David might hate me, but I'm shorting your long, brother, because I saw the only reason I took this short was I like higher highs and higher lows, and I saw even though we broke trend to the upside, we failed to break and create higher highs here. So even on the 8 hour, we literally had we just failed to break that 196 with a candle close. So I took a short, very tight stop loss, and I'll close it before I go to sleep tonight, or I'll get stopped out just to see what happens.
Okay, well, so some of us are long, some of us are short on the same token. Guys, it's always fun, and this is why we love PA so much. It makes us so happy. It's just the best. I'm watching a flag on Casio, guys. We need to address this quite urgently here. As you know, I'm the worst CAS trader, but I do know a setup when I see one. So I'm going to show you guys this CAS situation quickly. And I want your input on this thing. Are we longing this thing, or are we shorting this thing? So we've been watching CAS for a while, and now it's building this little 4-hour flag, which is technically quite a bullish sort of situation brewing here. My target for CAS, if we do break this flag, is this all-time high. Is Simon still here with us? No, he's not. I'm keen to hear his Lux Algo thoughts on where we are with CAS. Guys, what are you seeing here?
Hang on. CAS.
I've got this bullish flag here, looking very interesting, hanging on the 786 as well.
On the 1 hour, there's a huge order block right where all that support is, right where all the right where it is right now. It's sitting on it.
So let's pull up an order block on the 1 hour.
Yeah,
right there we go. Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, so guys, for me, I'd play the breakout, or I'd play moves lower to the flag lows. If you want to be long on CAS, you're looking for a short-term entry. Obviously, the dream entry was down here at these major support, these big reaction zones. That's the areas we love the most. But the scalpers do come out, and you can scalp these flags quite easily if you play it right. Best place to scalp a flag is when it pulls back onto these support areas down here, or when it's broken through and retested. You don't really want to be scalping things straight into resistance. You need to be a little bit careful there. So if you get this CAS opportunity, just let it pop up, let's see if it gets some horizontal support, and then you can send it. And then the next target would be this all-time high region, where I'm sure there's going to be a hell of a lot of shorts piling up there. Dave, I did commit to shorting CAS there with you, so if we get there, maybe we'll give it a go. We'll see if we make it this weekend.
Yes, we'll see.
Right, I've got another token in an interesting zone. Possible short area for this TRB situation. Guys, let us know in the chat what's the story with TRB. Why do you think it's pumping? Was there news behind it? Just let us know there quickly, and we can talk about it. Simon, in the meantime, says he likes CAS. There's still upside. Now, remember, Simon is basically a CAS whale, so I think he's a little bit biased, but he likes the upside on CAS, so that's a good sign for that flag that's forming here. With regards to TRB, this is a 3-day chart because I wanted to squeeze in these resistance areas for you so you could see them. And we are rejecting at a 786. No surprises over there that there's a 786 rejection. So this is a possible short area brewing here. Let's see what we get, what type of reaction we get in this area, and then we can drift this thing down to round about 30, I would say. That would be a short target if it does start moving lower. Same story as CAS, though. If this thing pops, we're going to test these highs at 46. So just keep your eyes on that. That could be another short opportunity in that region, double top situation. If we break through that, well, then it is clear skies for this thing. Look at this target here. We'd look at this high over here. I'd say at 79.99. That's quite a move from there. So TRB, interesting. Let us know your thoughts in the chat, what the story is. TRB, Kyle says TRB wrecking booty cheeks. Well, anyway, let's see how that plays out. Okay, Cliff liked that one. That's great. Okay, cool. Guys, drop some charts here in the chat for us quickly. Let's go through a few. We've got about 10-15 minutes left, so we can try and hit as many as you like. Guys, will you just monitor those charts there for us? I know we need to deal with HIFI as well. We've seen some guys commenting about this HIFI situation, and I'm reluctant to bring up these things that are pumping 4 billion% because you don't really want to be long or short in these situations. They can be incredibly volatile, especially if you are trading leverage. So you need to be super careful here, guys. We did pull a guesstimate here with this fib. We pulled the high to the low here to predict some areas yesterday, and it's actually like blown through the original, the initial 618 we were looking at. That was the 618 extension. Now we got a 2.618 higher up. So this now becomes a potential target for HIFI. Would I trade this here? No. Yeah, I think you're asking for trouble if you are on leverage. Maybe if you got some money to throw away on a spot position, maybe you'd have a go here for that target. But I would be very, very cautious on something like this. This thing can blow up and down 15% in one 5-minute candle and can absolutely rinse you. So just take it easy. If you really want to zoom in, you guys, you know what to do. You can start looking for flag setups and things like that and try and approach or try and find the next move. I'm zooming in for you guys as an example here on how to deal with this thing. Let's create a trend. Okay, so we look for a trend. We can see it's in an uptrend. This is the 15 minutes. Then we can look for some support levels. Let's look for some horizontal stuff that looks interesting for bounces on pullbacks in these type of things. There's a nice little area there. Okay, now let's see how it ties in with some fibs. I want to see the move from the low to the high. Let's see what we get here. I want to see where the 382 and I want to see where the 236 is. Okay, so the 236, when something is super bullish, it tends to like the 236 fib. When it is sort of, let's call it regular bullish, it likes the 382. I want to see where we can pull this from, that it ties in nicely. You see that's starting to make sense to me. So this low over here, so this move from the high to the low, the start of this move, if you pull a fib there, you see they're tying in a little bit here. So the 236 is interesting. The 382 is interesting. And then we do have this trend support down here. So yeah, it could be an interesting one if you want to be bullish and you want to be long on this HIFI. Zoom in, be careful. Trends, horizontals, fibs. Make sure you have lots of tie-in. You don't want to just use a trend line. You want to use a trend line that ties in with something else. You want to build up that support and a reason that you'll get that reaction. And then the bears out there that want to short this thing, well, you've got your trend. So you can either try and look for a double top. So if this thing pops and it starts reacting here and starts drifting down, you might get that little double top forming. And then you'll have a reaction here. You see what goes on here. You might get another bounce, and then we might lose this thing and start drifting down. So you can zoom in, guys. These shapes and structures, they all work on different time frames. A lot of the stuff you see from us is the 4-hour, 8-hour daily. But sometimes you do have to dial in, especially in these type of situations. Okay, Woo. Shall we look at Woo? Does it, Dave, will you find one in the chat that you can start prepping? Bruce, same for you, please. Find one or two in the chat that are interesting to you. I'll look at Woo in the meantime. And Sanjay said, did he miss the Gala long? Dave is still long Gala. Dave, maybe just tell Sanjay what your strategy is there while I pull up this Woo chart.
Yeah, still long on Gala. It's sitting right there at the 382, and you could have a super tight stop loss if you want, 1 or 2%. Based on risk management. Yeah,
as far as we're concerned, BTC holding this 26 region, we should be all right on these alts pulling down into support. If BTC is losing the 26, we think these alts are going to start dropping. So that's pretty much the strategy. Okay, this is Woo. We did look at Woo recently. It's just pushing slightly through this trend. Bullish things about it, well, we got this little double bottom effect. Bearish things, well, we got this double top over here. The bulls are going to say, well, we've broken this trend now. So, guys, it's a bit of it wasn't a big clear break for me. What do we have in front of us? We've got the 50-day MA drifting over here at 0.176. We got the 200-day MA at 0.21, so those are big resistance areas to look at. Let's look for some horizontals here. There's an area of interest for me. In fact, that one also looks quite interesting over there. That ties in with the 50-day MA quite nicely, so that would be some type of reaction zone for me. Got another reaction area over there. And then your support is quite clearly defined at the moment. So it depends on how you're trading Woo and what your position is, whether it's spot or leverage. But you can see if you zoom out, this is the 12-hour. If you zoom out, you can see this is quite a big support zone. So I would back that support, obviously, until it breaks. The same way we trade trends until they break. We trade supports till they break. We trade ranges till they break. So I would use that as support. I would watch this trend. And yeah, nothing to panic about here until we start losing 0.147, that sort of area. Yeah. If we start losing that, then you perhaps start looking at lower levels. But again, eyes on BTC, and that should guide you. Sanjay says, thanks, Dave.
I've got Pepe if you want.
Please give us some Pepe. I'm thinking of getting a big Pepe poster behind me here.
When you see this chart, you're not going to want to get a Pepe anything.
I'm adding your screen here, Bruce. Okay. Are we going to hell? What's happening here? Are they sending me down?
We often talk about taking some to zero, and if we look at the price,
we could send it to
zero. Yeah, I mean the only.
I see Alan is here in the comments. How are you, Big L? What's happening? Tell us, Bruce. What are we doing?
Well, I mean just on the daily higher time frame, the only support we ever got was right there. Clearly rejected, popped back up. And if it had held that, it could be interesting, but it just blew right through it, and it's now got nothing underneath it. So, yeah, if it breaks this trend line at some point, but personally, I'm not going to touch it right now with a 10-foot pole. I don't see any reason for it to stop unless Twitter goes crazy with it again. or this.
Okay, and remember the developers were having an argument. There was some internal battle there or something.
Right.
So this project might actually literally be going to zero, guys. I mean, this might be the short of our careers, actually.
Yeah.
So,
FYI, by the way, zero. If you're talking about zero, right there on the chart is zero. All right, so it's well along the way there. So
Simon says he bought more CAS, and that's why it's pumping. Let's see. Let's take a look.
Well,
yeah, CAS is looking nice. So, guys, CAS is now at the top of that flag. So just play it carefully now. If you want to be long, you want to be. Yeah, if you want to be long, you want to be long off the supports, or you want to be long on the break and the retest of horizontal support. You don't want to be caught longing into resistance. More often than not, you're actually just going to get hurt there. Somebody wants to know why TRB USDT is going up. No idea, but we did say it is at a rejection zone right now at the 786. So could be some action there for the bears potentially. Okay, let's we've got many requests for Solana again, guys. We did cover Sol a little bit just now. Let's see what I've got here.
Yeah, and after that, I got Spell for you guys.
Okay, Dave's got Spell. Oh, that was a good one, actually. So just my view on Solana. I think, Solana's broken this massive downtrend from July. This is the 8 hour that we're looking at the moment. Obviously, this could be a fake out, and that's why we look very carefully at these horizontals as well. We must always pay attention to what we're actually banging into here. So this is a huge horizontal level for Sol. It's going to be a hell of a fight to get through that. What I'm looking at for Sol is a support buy anywhere down to this 382. I'm obviously now biased on Solana. I feel that Sol might actually move if BTC holds these levels. I think Sol's actually going to run nicely. So I'm busy building a position on Sol. I quite like moves down to the 382. We also have a 618 lower down. Let's just pull the 618 for you guys. So we've got the 618 down here, and then we've got the low. So, but I think BTC is going to be falling over properly if we come visit this low here at 17. But for now, I want to see Sol hold this region and start making its way up. Remember, guys, this is actually a resistance area. So we want to see Sol. We want to get these buys on these supports, whether it's down here or the 382, and we want to see it push up and then find support there and then go. So again, a lot of this view on Sol is dependent on BTC playing ball for us, and the big dog runs the show. So we need to always keep our eyes on that, especially for things like Sol, AVAX, ETH, those type of things. Then we have a couple of the freak accidents like CAS, which just never stops pumping. We got TRB doing its thing. So Dave, do you want to give us Spell? And then there's questions on Rune we can deal with. There's questions on LPT. There's questions on Reef. So yeah, we can tackle a few of these quickly.
Yeah.
I'm sticking your screen on there, Dave.
So first of all, if anybody could tell me what's going on with this token, I would like to know. I used to trade this a lot. So it's nice to see it alive again. Just added it to my watch list, so thank you for whoever made that request. So 2 potential trend lines here. I pulled up Lux Algo as well. I got some resistance or some order blocks, but we've got this trend line forming here. And again, if Bitcoin goes up from here, it's probably, it's almost like a potential entry here. I don't know what your thoughts are, Dylan, but if it holds this trend line, it's definitely going to hit this order block again. And you can see there was a rejection a couple days ago, 3 days ago, at the order block. Had a 20% dip and then another 20% pump. So something's going on here. Something's bullish about this thing. I'd like to know. But yeah, we have a moving average here, and we have another order block at the top here. So if this trend line holds, this could be another 13%.
Yeah, the 200-day MA is teed up there at 0.0055. That sort of region. That's a massive zone up there. There's also some horizontals there. So what are you thinking here? Do you want to short this thing? What is your plan?
Man, that's why I want to know what's going on with it. This might be yeah, this is the horizontal. Maybe that's what you're talking about. So this order block is showing up right here. I'll just drag it to the left. Yeah. So that would, I think, this would be a nice short area. And I'll go ahead and set myself an alert here. Oh man, I like this.
Jet Set is not enjoying 𝗡 apparently. There's probably something fundamentally going on there with 𝗡 as well. We need to look at 𝗡 as well.
One last thing on spell. Could touch the trend line down here, and then pop back up. So, man, it's just pumped so much. One of my rules is just taking along when it's pumped so much. It's not a good idea. But those are my thoughts, guys. Those are my 2 cents.
I think, you just play the supports. I mean, that's looking quite bearish. There's a little head and shoulders situation going on there as well. But again, you play those supports, guys. If your bias is bullish, you look for good areas to buy. You don't just randomly buy it. You look for good, solid areas. You must have conviction as to why you think it's going to bounce there, whatever your reasoning behind it is. Play solid zones, guys. The safest way to do it. Risk management, solid areas. Don't buy mid-range. That opens your stops up too high, too low. That's why we just love tight areas. We love high reaction zones. And those give you the best value. Shall we pull up 𝗡? Let's see what's going on there.
If you want to do RUNE, I've been playing with it, so we can.
Oh yes, I think we need to. Oof, this 𝗡, guys. Oof.
Yeah, go for it. Do it.
Okay. In conclusion, it's going to zero. Literally. Guys, this is bad. I don't know what's going on here, but you can see it's like. I mean, this is where it came onto the exchange at 0.995 or $1. Okay.
Yeah.
It's literally going to zero this thing. Let's see. $1. There's a bounce at $1. Okay.
I think we need applause for that one.
That's all I can give you. I can give you a bounce at $1, and I can give you a short on any pumps into resistance. Okay, I'm going to give you a short 1.2 and a bounce at $1, and then a back to hell. So that's the plan. That's all I've got for you guys. 1.2, you short, you bouncing at 1. I think that's what we need to do here. So here's my chart there. It's not looking good.
It's joining PEPE.
So I'm not sure what's going on. Any strength, you can look for shorts. Here's the one. That's where it was listed. Possible bounce into old support, and then looks like we might send this thing down. Cool. So there was an unlock of 4% of 𝗡 on the 17th of August, according to Rodolfo. So let's see. Dave, can you Bruce, can you give us RUNE, please?
Sure. Yeah, actually, it's a little bit of a learning experience, so it's kind of fun.
I'm going to pull up your chart here.
Yeah. So when I saw RUNE pop across the chat, I drew it up like I normally would, and drew a fib on it, and it just something. I don't know if you've ever drawn up a chart and it's exactly the way you want it, and something seems wrong, right? Now, this looks like it's on the trend, and it looks like it'll come reject off the trend, break of that line right over there, and you're off to the races. But something seemed wrong because it wasn't lining up with the fib, and it didn't look right, right? So you're going to learn over time to trust that intuition. So I stepped back, got rid of that, and said, what's the big picture, right? And I drew a fib all the way from, hang on, let me go up to the higher, yeah, that's good, I can see it, from the higher time frame, like this whole pump. Oh, I'm sorry, hang on one sec. I do it, we fix that. All the way from the beginning of that pump down there and notice, okay, the 382 on this overall move comes all the way back to what was resistance before and is now support. So I got rid of this for a second and went, okay, what we have is we have a break of this used to be resistance right here, pretty strong resistance. It broke through it, and it's really setting itself up for what Sheldon calls an SR flip, right? Come back down, retest what was resistance, now becomes support. So that's what I'm going to be looking at for Rune, is all the way back to 382, retest support, and then go from there. And then now we're talking about a potential long up to that level. That'd be healthy. That'd be really good. I'd be looking at something more like that right now. It could break earlier on the off that trend line it broke, but this seems more reasonable to me. So that's Rune for the day.
Thanks, Bruce. Okay, guys, there was another question on render. We did cover render at the start. We are tracking a little flag on render, guys, looking for a little pop higher. If it's going to move higher, we need to crack this flag, find support, and then push on. I'll show you that chart one more time, and then I just want to close out on a BTC chart for you guys, just so you know where you are and you can position yourselves this weekend accordingly. Let me just pull up this render. Give me one sec. Okay, so render, you can track this little flag. This is the 15 minutes. The reason I'm watching this 15-minute situation on render is because I'm quite interested to see if it's going to break into this new range. Well, the old range, which is this guy over here, into this area. So for me, I'm interested in render finding support in this region and then pushing up to that 1.7. So that's my plan there for render for now. And then, guys, just final comments from me. I'm tracking BTC on the 4 hour, and you know, my view is we are mid-range. We have pulled down to this 382. You can see this 382, guys. It's a pull from the low to the high. You can see where it's creating support for us here. Hopefully you guys can see that clearly. Then we've got the horizontal. Then I've also got a 382 pull from the high to the low, so that previous move, which acted as resistance for us as well. So this is why I'm watching this area. This is a reaction zone. This is an area of strength for me. So if BTC does lose it, these alts are going to lose their levels and they're going to move back down, and then we're going to play the same game again down this side. So the same game we played yesterday, we were up there. 2 or 3 days ago, we played it down there, and we might see it again. But we only react to what we have in front of us, and what we have in front of us is BTC settling down onto a support zone and alts at their corresponding areas settling down onto support zones. So you need to decide for yourselves if that's good enough. Some of you trade fixed range volume profiles. I'll just show you, for those of you that like the point of control, you can see we pull the range, and we also have the point of control here right down the middle. So, you know, there's various reasons why this tells us it's potentially a strong area. So based on that information I have in front of me, I make decisions with these altcoins. Obviously, if we are wrong, we get stopped out and we look for new entries and new trades again. So that is my personal plan for BTC. If we lose this 26 level, we're going to have downside on the alts, no doubt. So those of you that are short on these alts that were at resistance earlier today, if you see BTC losing the 26, you hold those shorts. They're coming down. For those of you that are looking for longs of supports, you've seen some of these alarms on the Banter Discord. We are now hitting these areas of supports now, and these are areas of interest. But that's pretty much my game plan, guys, for the weekend. Yeah, I'll just monitor my trades, keep my eyes on BTC, and we'll deal with what the market gives us. Any last words, boys, for the weekend?
Just be careful. It gets crazy on the weekend sometimes. So if you're, if you're close to entry, just make sure your stops are set and protecting yourself. And have a great weekend. Relax and enjoy.
Yes, be safe out there. There's always weekend shenanigans. Yeah.
Chris, any advice?
Weekends are a really good time to take your screen cleaner, like I have here, and wipe your nose prints off the screen. That's my advice.
Yeah, everybody needs a break from the charts at some point, even as the DGen addicts. So weekends come with lower volumes and higher volatility. Your TA sometimes can trick you as well. So trade safe.
Okay, guys, so take it easy out there. We are back again on Monday. We'll be live again with some setups again. For those of you that miss out on anything, just look at the charts. They're in the Discord for you. Practice off them. See what our thoughts are. And yeah, just good luck out there and play safe.
Thanks,
we'll
everybody.
see you guys. We'll see you guys on Monday. Ciao, everybody.
Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, guys.
Everybody.